Hello friends, my name is Somnath. I'm working as solution architect. Welcome back to my channel, Continuous Learning, Continuous Execution. In this video, I will talk about how to connect on-premises networks to Azure by using site-to-site VPN gateways. This topic is aligned to AZ303 Microsoft Azure Architect Technologies, which sits under Network Infrastructure. I will use Azure CLI command to create resources in Azure. Here is a use case scenario, guys. The organization has migrated much of its infrastructure to Azure. Now you'd like to connect your data center and large regional facilities to Azure. You need a secure connectivity so that patient health information is protected while it's crossing the network. You currently don't have the bandwidth requirement for a dedicated circuit, and you are looking for a way to integrate these networks in a cost-effective way. How to meet the use case requirement? Then the option would be the virtual private network gateway. Before we list out the required service to connect on-prem network to Azure, let's understand the fundamental question: what is virtual private network? Virtual private network allows you to create a secure connection to another network over the internet. For the healthcare provider scenario, VPN can enable health professionals to share sensitive information between different locations, guys. For example, think that the patient medical data is stored on a system in Azure cloud. Say a patient requires surgery at a specialist facility. The surgical team needs to see the details of patient's medical history. Okay, in that scenario, a VPN that connects the facility to Azure cloud allows the surgical team to securely access this information. Let's even understand what is VPN gateway. A VPN gateway is a specific type of virtual network gateway that is used to send encrypted traffic between Azure virtual network and on-premises location over the public internet. You can also use VPN gateway to send encrypted traffic between Azure virtual network or the Microsoft network. Each network can have only one VPN gateway. This is an important point which you have to remember. What it is, each virtual network can have only one VPN gateway, guys. Okay, and these gateway can be deployed in several ways. For example, site-to-site connection, point-to-site connection, and network connection. In our demo, we'll be using site-to-site connection. If you understand the details about site-to-site connection, is nothing but if you're trying to connect on-premises data center to Azure virtual network, that would be a site-to-site connection. And if you're trying to connect individual device to Azure virtual network through a point-to-point connection has to be used. And what is network to network connection? Is nothing but connecting Azure virtual network to other Azure virtual network. Okay, guys. If you see in the below image, it represents the site-to-site connection, wherein VPN gateway securing the IPsec tunnel from on-premises to Azure. Let us see what are the resources required for our demo. We will deploy virtual network here. Within a virtual network, we will deploy a subnet. Subnet is nothing but a small subset of a virtual network, and we will deploy an IP address which will be a dynamic, but it won't change unless you delete or recreate a VPN gateway, guys. Okay, so this is here, and we will go and create a logical network gateway. This contains the on-premise network configuration, where VPN gateway will connect and what it will connect to. Okay, and we will deploy even a virtual network gateway. Okay, so what it does is it will contain route information between virtual network and the on-premises data center or other virtual network. The virtual network gateway can be either VPN or express route gateway, guys. And here in our module, we will deal with the VPN network gateways. And we have to create a connection resource as well, wherein It will help us to implement logical connection between VPN gateway and the local network gateway. It's time for demo, guys. Your company is now ready to deploy site-to-site VPN. The VPN will allow your on-premises server to connect to resource in Azure. Your on-premises is representing headquarters and Azure is representing this diagram. And you can start securely share data from each other from your sites. And you can use resource hosted in Azure across your organization. In this exercise, you will simulate on-premises data center with the name called HQ network. By using an additional Azure virtual network. The logical method of configuration is the same for a VPN device. You just need to replace steps for HQ network with the steps tailored to your on-premises device. In this diagram, notice that the logical network gateway names in each location reflects the target network rather than the source network. This is a good practice. It clarifies that local network gateway refers to the other network that you are connecting to. Yes guys, I'm using Visual Studio Code here for our demo, and for this you would need two extensions. One is Azure account, Azure CLI tools to be installed. Once you've done it, you have to create a new file with an extension .azcli. Okay, I have given a name as connect on-prem to Azure. And once you're done is you have to log in to the Azure using AZ login, and if you have more than one subscription, you have to execute this command, okay, wherein you can set this subscription using AZ account set. And for this demo, I have created new resource group with the name called DG demo RG, okay, and I have created this resource in West US. And first, what we need to do is we have to create a Azure site resources, wherein we will go and create a virtual net in that resource, and this virtual net will be having default subnet with the service name, the name as the services, and with the subnet prefix as shown in the domain. Okay, to show you the infrastructure, let me go back here. Okay. So we are going to create this one and this, okay, this is the default one, and we are going to create a new subnet which is called a gateway subnet, okay, with this address. Okay, so I have already executed the statements in my Azure cloud. I will show you logging into the Azure portal. Okay, so you have to execute this command. Next, we'll create a subnet with this command, and once we have done this, we'll go and create a local network gateway. Okay, local network gateway is here. So we have created this one. Once we create it, we have to go on. This is the local network gateway, okay, which are shown here. Once it is done, what you need to remember, the important point is this gateway represents the on-premises network that you are connecting to. Okay, the IP address specified as the remote gateway, which is simulated on-premises network, will need to be updated later because it is not yet exists in our scenario, guys. Okay, so I already executed these statements. And the next one is create a simulated on-premises network and supporting resources. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to create a simulated on-premises network to do that, we have to create another VNet, okay, which represent the on-premises. I have given the name as a headquarter network. Even this VNet will create a default subnet with application name as application, and the subnet prefix would be here, this one. Okay, so I have created this one. Okay, now let's go and create the gateway subnet in this network, okay, which is our on-premises. Okay, so this statement will do this one. It will create a subnet in on-premises, and let's go and create even AZ local network gateway. Okay, this command creates the local network gateway in the on-premises, so that it's here. Okay, so this gateway describes the Azure network that you're connecting to. Okay, so this is the gateway which will connect to our Azure network from on-premises. Okay, and you will update the IP address specified as remote gateway in the later point of view. So what we need to do is we need to update the IP address for this local network gateway. Okay, so IP address would be representing the Azure network IP address. Okay, we have not created this resource yet. I will show you in the later section. Okay, so let's verify the topology here. Okay, let me drag the screen. Okay, so great. So you can see here we have two networks. One is representing Azure Cloud, and the other one is on-premises headquarter network, and both are deployed in West US 2. Not West US 2, sorry guys, West US it is, not West US 2, West US. And this is the address prefixes. Okay, so let's go and check the status of local network gateway as well. So okay, so guys, you can see here we have two local network gateway, which is representing one Azure and one is on-premises here, and both we have provisioned it successfully. Okay, so now we are ready to complete our site-to-site VPN gateway by creating the public IP address, virtual network gateway, and the connection. Remember that you use the placeholder for the public IP address references. When you created the local network gateways, so one of your tasks is to update these gateways in the actual public IP address assigned to your virtual network gateways. Okay, virtual network gateways, guys. Okay, so ideally the public address and the virtual network gateways should be created before the local network gateways. Okay, in this exercise you will see how to update the local network gateways. You can use the same command to update any configuration elements in the local network gateway, like remote network address space. Okay guys, so to create a VPN gateway for the Azure, at the end of the connection, it can take up to 45 minutes to create virtual network gateways. To save the time, we will create the Azure CLI command with no wait parameters. Okay, so if you are going to execute the virtual network gateway, it will take approximately 45 minutes. So you need to execute this no wait parameter. This parameter will be used to create both virtual network gateways simultaneously to minimize the overall time required to create these resources, guys. Okay, so I have already done it to save the time. So, but I'm showing the command necessary to create these resources. So this is a command which will create a public IP. Okay, in Azure Cloud. Okay, so on the Azure network, and this command will create virtual network gateway. Okay, so this is also on the Azure. Okay, Azure network. I already done it. Okay, so let's go to this now. Okay, let me show you meanwhile where exactly it sits here. So we have created this one, guys. Okay, and we have created the IP address in Azure. Now let's go and create the on-premises VPN gateway. So once you execute this statement, it will create IP address on the on-premises, and once you execute this statement, you will create the virtual net gateway on the on-premises. Okay, so this one, guys. So this one and as well as this one it has created. Okay, so let's go and check what is the status. Since I already deployed, it should be successfully provisioned. So you can see it is successfully provisioned in my Azure cloud. Okay, both the networks are available. I mean to say VPN gateways are available. Okay, so now what we need to do is update the local network gateway IP address. Your virtual network gateway must be successfully deployed before you continue the service, which is already done for us. You will update the remote gateway IP address reference that are defined in local network gateways. You can't update the local network gateways until you create a VPN gateways, and IPv4 address is assigned to and associated with them. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to take the IP address from here, and we need to take the address from here and update it in our local network gateway. Parallelly, we have to take the IP address from the on-premises and we have to update here. Okay, guys. So to do that, first we need to fetch the IP address, okay, from our Azure VNet. So once we get the IP address, okay, from the public IP resource, we will store it in a variable, then we update it in our local gateway. Okay, so these statements will do vice versa for both on-prem and our local network. Okay, guys. So once we have done this one, which I have already executed the statement, so what we need to do is we need to create a connection. The connection is nothing but this one, okay, this and this. Okay, I'll explain you what it is. Create a shared key used for the connection. The pre-shared key is a string of printable ASCII character no longer than 128 characters. You will use the pre-shared key on both connections. Okay, so I already copied the ASCII character, okay, which is 128 characters. Okay, and let me execute this one, which I have not done it earlier. Before that, let me stop this. Okay, Control C. Let me execute now again. See, okay, so create a connection from our Azure VNet to on-prem VNet. So let me execute the statement. So it is running. So what it does is it create a connection from our Azure network to on-prem network. It's done now. Let's go and create the vice versa connection from on-prem to Azure network. To do that, let's execute the statement. Okay guys, you can see it is already done. It has succeeded. So let's go and check the verification step. Before that, we finished the configuration of the site-to-site connection. Congratulations. This may take a few minutes, but the tunnels should be automatically connect and become active. So in order to verify that, let's go and execute the VPN connection. Show what is the status for that. Let's go and check. Great. So you can see from our Azure to on-prem connection status is already connected. Let's go and check the connection status from our on-prem to Azure. Okay, so it is still showing it's unknown. Okay, what it means, it's under process. Okay, and it may take some more time. Let's wait for it. Okay guys, you can see now the connection has been established and it is connected. Okay guys, now with this I have completed our demo here. And I can show you going to the portal, the resources which we have created. Okay, so you can see we have created so many resources in the portal. Okay, and the connections which we have recently executed, and here you can see the status. Azure VNet to on-prem, it's connected, and vice versa from on-prem to Azure, it is connected. Okay, so thank you for watching this video. I will copy the link for the code in the video description. You can download it from my GitHub repo. Thank you again guys. See you in our next video.